All right, everybody. Welcome to Rapping with Your Fave Granny. Today we have JL Davis. I don't know a lot about him. I've never met him. We are friends on Instagram, and we do a little chatting here and there. But I don't know him, so we're going to learn about him together. Um, so thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking the time out to be on the podcast and letting us learn a little bit about you. So can you start out by telling the people who you are and what you do?
All right. Well, I'm kind of new to the scene, so not too many people know me, so don't feel bad. My name is Jonathan Davis, aka JL Davis, aka Dr. J. Is my producer name. Yeah, I've just been working with different artists across the board, from Florida to Texas to here in Cali. Trying to step my producer game up. Um, been kind of low key lately, but I'm definitely still in the scene, in the mix. As you can say, work that 9 to 5, working 9 to 5. That's just the priority. But yeah, yeah, nice to meet you. Love everything about you. Have
Oh,
followed
thank
you
you.
from the jump. Making it out the hood.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So happy to be here.
Thank you. So you say you're new to the game.
Mhm.
So have you been doing music but just not like publicly or what?
Yeah, so I mean, everybody dibbles and dabbles. I think it started out in college at UNT. I was producing beats with my friend on his little Yamaha motif, and that was years ago. And I went to the recording studio, recorded a song, but nothing ever published. Did some music in Atlanta, just kind of at home, never published that at all. And then, like a year ago, no, I would say 6 to 7 months ago. Um, Now that I'm here in Cali, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start publishing it. Reloaded Ableton, had to relearn how to use that. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna do it. SoundCloud first, and then DistroKid. So I mean, I would say certain. I don't know. I don't even consider myself a serious producer, but more intentionally for the last 6 months.
Okay. Um so so what kind of beats are you making just beats or do you rap? What else do you do musically?
Oh, you don't want me on that mic.
You sound like me.
Right? No, you got juice, man. You got a lot of juice. But for me, it's more of the beats, and something cool that I've ran across here recently is AI. Yo, AI has really started popping. I actually have some songs out on all the streaming platforms with this cool lady vocalist, but she's all computer. So I'm trying to do this whole little background, get her story straight, so everybody kind of gets used to this, um, basically cartoon character, or AI generated avatar that sings on songs that I produce. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
So you're creating a singer?
Yeah. So when I started music in Atlanta, or I was just playing around with it, one of my biggest supporters was my sister. She was literally the only person I would send music to and say, "Hey, this is what I created. What do you think?" Well, her and Jason, but she was my biggest supporter, and so she recently passed. I would say
Mm,
like 2 years ago. Would
sorry
say,
to hear that.
yeah, it was sudden. And so my thought process is, with this avatar, is basically me reconnecting. Like, I'm reconnecting with my sister, and she's that supporting force. So I kind of named the avatar after her. She actually had a podcast too. And yeah, and that's kind of going to be the backstory. And the ideal behind it is, the music I create. I'm Dr. J, and like me and her just talk back and forth, and she's kind of helping me through the process of me grieving. And by doing so, I become a better person, and I help others with my music. The vision board and everything's there. I haven't got all the pieces together. I got a bad habit of releasing everything and then going back and creating the story. But yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
AI. And I've had Probably trolls. I mean, trolls, because people that know just know. But I've had people say to me, um, "Sounds like AI lyrics," and it's
What?
insulting. But it's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like you don't even fucking know, like So that's why I'm like trolls.
Yeah.
That's what they are, but it is insulting. But AI is very interesting. I used AI at work for the first time yesterday. AI chat. Somebody at work showed me. I didn't even know we had it on the computer, but you can literally just put in a few words
Hmm.
in reference to an email.
Hmm.
It created the whole freaking email, and a lot more professional than I would have said it, because how you hear me talk is how I am all the time wherever I'm at. I mean, I know
100.
how to tone it down, of course, when I have to, but I'm pretty much me all the time.
I
And
like that.
so I would have just said it. I would have said it just the way it is. I don't have time to sit there and try to figure out, like, oh, what's the word? Professional lingo, just to
Hmm.
make it sound good. I ain't gonna be cussing in my email, but I'm just gonna be blunt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so AI is interesting.
I mean, it really is. I'm an early adopter to it, so hopefully I can get the learning curve down and kind of catch it on the wave up. It's helped me out a lot. I have the same program on my iPhone that you probably used, where I can press a button out and I'll say, make this sound more friendly or make this sound more professional, and it will rewrite the text in the email. Um, I think it's not going to replace us as humans. It's those that learn how to use AI to further their career or their music or their dreams. Those are going to be the ones to kind of like progress. So I say keep using AI and use AI for those people that are coming for you. I can't believe people be testing Granny
I
still.
don't know. They be tripping. Um, yeah, I would never even want to use it in writing lyrics, only because a lot of what I write is from my life.
Yeah,
So it's like, and that's why I'm probably insulted. Like, I'm
yeah,
like dead ass writing about my life. Like, what are you even saying? But it's insulting, yeah. But I would use it, and I've used it before to write a bio on myself just to see what it would say, and it was pretty on point.
yeah.
So, but I don't think I would use it for writing music.
No, no, and I think that's actually dope.
People will.
Oh, absolutely. Um, I do. But in my sense, I have AI singing. So, like, if you were to play a song or a track, that's a female vocalist. That is AI. I can't sing. So, I have a character, and so it's just something that I use to kind of help. A lot of it's dealing with artists. You come to learn. You're on different frames, time zones. So it's kind of easier for me to just hop on and say, you know what? Let me write the lyrics to the song, or at least the concrete structure. Send it through AI. Send my beat through AI. Kind of let it do its thing and see what it produces back. But yeah, you've always been 100, and that's what I like about you. I'm always gonna plug in on that. But you written about your life. Um, on Real Talk, I believe you have a song about he was your grandson or your son.
Yeah, my grandson was murdered last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you talk about real issues, and a lot of this music the kids need to hear, like for real, for real. I started mentoring my nephew and his crew, and I mean, life is life, and not everybody got that silver spoon. Not everybody's been given that 100% golden chance. I mean, people have real stories, and for you to be able to share your story, keep it real, I have nothing but mad love and respect for you. So
Yeah.
please continue to keep writing. And plus, I love your music. I love your music.
Just not to plug my song coming out, Senseless Murders, but that song's about just all the young people dying and getting killed, hence senseless murders. So hopefully, people tune into the lyrics of that song, and it touches them in one form or another, and hopefully maybe redirects some younger people to put the guns down and
Yeah.
make better choices.
Well, I mean, you motivated me literally. I didn't get on DistroKid until I was like, you know what? I forgot what you were doing, but you was like, you just got to get out and do it. And I was like, I got to get out here and do it. So,
That's right.
I mean, if you motivated me, I'm quite sure there's 100 or 1,000 or maybe even a million me's that are going to hear that song and hopefully it changes their lives. Because,
I hope so.
man, yeah, it's real out there, and a lot of these kids are dying at the age of 18
15,
and
16
below.
around here.
Yo, I mean, that's their whole. Like, I'm 38, and I feel like I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
So, you know, we have to do something. We do. So, having music with a meaning on board. Um, hopefully, the next song I see you have iTunes number 25. Hopefully, this next song says iTunes number one. Let's rock. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to support it.
Well, that's what I try to tell everybody. Everybody be, Granny, you need to write another hit. I'm writing hits, motherfucker. You need to make it a hit. I'm writing it and doing my part. You do your part. It's up to y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, we got it.
She's,
Um,
I held my part of the deal.
you're right. I'm doing my part. I'm writing hits. um, so what inspired you? Well, one more question about the AI thing. So is this person, this female, is
Mhm.
she an actual digital character that you also created, or is it just like a thing in the computer?
So it's a thing in the computer.
Okay.
Literally, I type in what I want her to sound like and what I want her style to be like,
Okay.
and then it shoots out what her voice is going to be. So the
Okay.
computer digitalized all of that. Now it's my job. Whew, I need to hire somebody or get some help. But now it's my job to make sure I match the avatar with what the computer generated.
Mm.
Um, I'm one of those like I microwave stuff. Like when I get in it, I get in it heavy, and I try to make it as easy as possible. So uh, it was just literally for me the easiest route to get some music out there, so I can start getting heard with AI. So hopefully that answered your question, and my ADD didn't go too far.
Okay, yeah. And I asked just because I'm in my head, I'm thinking I'm a visual person, so I always try to imagine what your people are talking about. So in my head, I see like the goal being like those digital videos,
Yo,
like a person, like even like on the gaming systems. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, and how it's going to work for me, or how I would like for it to work, is as I'm producing these beats, they're for sale, or if an artist likes the song, or if a song picks up, talk to me about it. Like it's yours. We can work out everything on the back end. It's just a
Hmm.
way to help get my music out there and also get a voice behind it. Because that was one of the issues that I was running into was I was creating beats and it was fairly not easy, but I can make a beat pretty fast. But I would produce an instrumental, but I would want to have someone on my song so people could kind of get that concept like, this is a Dr. J's beat. This is what someone sounds like on a Dr. J's beat. I think I
Hmm.
can mess with that. So that was really why I kind of started even touching AI. And now I'm just like, let me produce this beat. Let me get Kaya is her name. She's going to sing on it. We're going to hit up DistroKid and we're just going to release it. And hopefully somebody hears it and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna give this Dr. J kid a chance.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sing, or I like that song. Like, can I buy it? That's the hope.
I saw on your Instagram profile you have artist, your
Mhm.
artist, your producer, and it was something else. So that's why I asked you, did you rap or sing? So,
Uh,
so what are you when you have artists? What are you referring to? Do you sing?
Drawing.
Are you really?
No,
Oh,
I guess I never really thought about that. I guess because when I produce music and I may write a concept or write the lyrics, I consider that being part of the artistry.
okay.
As far as rapping, maybe I've tried, like there's probably a couple of tracks on my computer, but I'm too embarrassed to play them. Like I have to find that voice, like I know your favorite granny song. Like as soon as I hear your voice, I know your identity and your flow and your style. I haven't really found that just yet. So maybe one day I'll rap, but for right now, it's the beats.
Okay.
I love to collab. I work with a guy. His name is Trey Kelly, and Magneto Seven. So they Goliath. We have a little core group. Azai, throw him a shout out too if he's watching. Um,
Shout out to y'all.
man, everybody. Um, but like we collab, we write. They do the singing. They'll do the rapping. I'm more behind the scenes.
Okay. And when did you said you started doing this in college? Producing music,
Yeah,
even though it was low key?
yeah. So I mean, the backstory. Grew up in the church. Old Southern Kojic next to the organ drummer. So I had that going on. But then I went to college and we were hooping with some guys. They were like, "Yo, come over to our place. Let's play video games and chill." I noticed they had the motif, and this guy, his name is Alex McGee. this this boy cold with it, and he played by ear.
Mm,
So like that's what we started doing, was just collabing back and forth. And he actually got picked up on a show. We were doing beats, and you remember Little Flip?
mm.
Okay, there was a
Is
rapper
that on
named,
TV? Oh, a rapper.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So he was going to do a TV show called Produced or something like that. Um, and the guy that I was producing with actually got picked up on the show, but I don't think it made it past the pilot. So
Mm.
mentioning that I need to link up with him and see how he's doing. But yeah, that's how it started out in college with Alex McGee. Yeah.
That's all right. Um, so what inspired you to want to pick this back up besides me? I'm just joking.
Oh, you gonna get your plugs in, trust me. Um, I would say during COVID, I was living in Atlanta, and my friend Jason, he was chilling at his place in Dallas. He was like, "I'm kind of bored. I've been dibbling with this program called Ableton. You should download it." I was like, "Okay." Um, but the crazy part about it is, when I was in Atlanta, I had got somehow, I believe in, thank you, Lord, his blessings. He had put me in a circle of people who were doing things in the music industry. Shout out to
Okay.
my homeboy Needles. I had became friends with his wife. I didn't even know who he was. Like she was like, "Yeah, my husband's a producer." And I was like, "All right, cool." And me
Hmm.
and her started hanging out with the crew, with Veronica and stuff. And I was go over to their house, and they would have little parties and stuff. Um, Decent, classy parties. None of that crazy stuff.
Not no Diddy parties.
No, you know what
No
I'm
Diddy.
saying? At all. These were professionals from start to finish. But yeah, and so I was hanging out with them, and I was starting to learn more of like Needles and who he was, and that brother, he's legit, great father figure, family guy. Like he low key kind of like mentored me from behind the scenes. He didn't know it, but you know how you watch somebody and you're like, hey, that's a good guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was hanging out in Atlanta with this family, and so just kind of seeing music again. COVID hit. My homeboy was like, let's do stuff on Ableton, and yeah, that's kind of how it started. So I think when I was living in Atlanta, it helped. It really did. It helped me really see the behind the scenes part from an even higher level. So it's just been a blessing. And yeah, I mean, every now and then I'll reach out to Needles. I'll be like, hey, do you mind listening? And he says yes, but that
Right.
man is busy. So, hopefully one day he'll be like, let me see what I can do. But no rush. Like, just
What's
great guy.
meant to be will be, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, for real. I try to have that vibe.
Hmm.
I'm going to do my part. I think we talked about it earlier. Like, you're bringing your part to the table, and that's really all I can do. And I can work to try to promote myself. But yeah, God's got it, so it's perfect time.
Um, where are you from?
Texas.
Okay, Texas. So you
Yeah,
from Texas to Atlanta to Cali?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was really for work because, like, my professional job, I'm out in the field a lot, traveling for a farmer, and I was doing it in Texas. Some stuff was happening, it was during the hype where police brutality was going on a lot.
Mm,
And, I was living in Dallas and I was perfectly fine and safe and cool. But I traveled to Atlanta. And I was just walking at night one time and I was like, okay, I've always heard Atlanta is a good place for brothers. Like, that's where we have a good foundation there and we can network. I'm going to see how I feel walking the streets downtown Atlanta at 3 a.m. Some stupid shit. Like, I should not have been doing that.
right.
But I did it. And I remember walking up the street and it was 3 a.m. and the police pulled up beside me. They looked, they nodded, and they just drove off. And I was like, I just had this interaction with the police at 3 a.m. and no anxiety, no nothing. Like, it was just, hey, bro, what's up? And they just kept minding their own business. And that little simple thing kind of gave me this itch. I was like, I got to get to Atlanta. So, yeah, I moved to Atlanta, lived there for like 5 years, and I just randomly decided to move to San Diego. Opportunity at work came open. I was like,
Hmm.
I'll try it. Um, and so here I am.
And what do you just briefly? What do you do for work? Like, what's your job?
And Pharma, I basically help people get the product. So I work on the insurance side of Pharma. Um,
What
like
are you saying? What is it?
I'm in the dermatology sector, so
Oh, pharmaceuticals.
yeah, yeah,
You're,
legal,
you're a
legal.
dealer. Okay. No, I'm just joking. Pharmaceuticals, y'all. Just kidding.
Excuse me, my phone, my text. Let me check something. No,
Okay, okay.
but no, I've been blessed to work
At
in.
first, I thought you said farmer, so it had to do with farming, and I'm thinking Atlanta
Oh,
farming. Okay, it has country in there. Dallas is country, so I was trying
yeah,
to put it all together, but California wasn't resonating.
yeah. Actually, there are a lot of farmers out here.
Oh, see, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I didn't know either. I'm learning as I go. Uh, but yeah,
Mm,
I work on the insurance side of things, and I really like it because I actually help people get the product. But all 100% legal, like
right.
all on the up and up. That's something that I try to. That's the vibe I try to put out there for the kids. It's
Mhm.
like, hopefully, when I make it, if I make it, they'll see a guy that actually did it the right
When
way.
you make it,
Yeah. Amen. Amen. When we make it.
there you go. Um, so I forgot what I was going to ask. All right. So Zaytoven or Timberland?
Ooh, Timberland.
Timberland.
It has to be. I grew up on Timberland. Missy Elliott, like I used to go get the CDs, um, and everything they were putting out was just straight juice. So I grew up with Timberland. He's one of the guys that motivated. What's the word that I'm looking for? Not modeled my style after, but like he's one of those.
Yeah, I picked those two specifically for you because you do beats, and I know they're both huge producers. So
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
what you was gonna pick.
yeah, yeah.
They're both really good.
No, yeah, no hate to Zaytoven, man. He's out in Atlanta, I believe.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a guru with it. So,
facts.
yeah, it's just when I was 16, 17, 18, it was Missy Elliott,
Hmm.
against my window, something dropping
Yeah,
right. Hey, and so,
yeah.
yeah, him. I like Busta Rhymes. I like his style and his beats. Yeah, that's a crew. That's a crew. Who else? I mean, who? I got questions for you, Granny. Like, who you model your style? I mean, Who's
I,
you?
I I literally don't model my style after anybody. I'm just doing me. People just started comparing me to Easy E. Like if I had a quarter, and I lie to you not, a quarter from everyone that said I sound like Easy E, I could buy a house right now. Dead ass. I am so serious. And I didn't listen to them, Public Enemy. I didn't listen to them because back then when they were popular,
Mhm.
they were like, oh my, people were just like, oh my God, they're cussing in their raps, and they're
Yeah,
so like straightforward, and they're scary almost, because we weren't used to that style rap,
yeah,
at that time. So I didn't even really listen to Public Enemy. None of that. I just wasn't about me, but so nobody influences me. And when I started rapping, people were looking at me like a meme, like, oh, that's funny, ha ha, not understanding I was on a mission. But
yeah.
I let them go ahead and laugh.
Hmm.
And people were telling me you should do like some drill songs, or you should do, this kind of song, or you this kind of song. But I've always worked with my one producer, and
Hmm.
we have such a relationship that he knows how to make my beats
Hmm.
because of how I'm rapping. Like
Yeah.
it's a good collaboration. Shout out Gringo, I love you. Um, but if but what was I gonna say?
Your
Yeah, I
craft.
don't I don't I don't try to rap like anybody. I'm just doing me.
Yeah.
Now, I will say DMX,
Nice.
his rawness and his realness is someone I really admire. Like he could just start talking and you're gonna listen.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He captures attention. But musically, there is no one particular person I look up to.
Nice.
I'm just saying, I just do me.
Yeah.
And you were talking about, you're kind of looking for your fit. Just do you. You know what I mean? Because once you just start doing you, even if you're doing beats or rapping or whatever, it's gonna eventually every song is gonna sound, like you say, yeah, I know that's Granny.
Hmm.
Because I'm almost like what, 80s and 90s and 2024 all mixed up with the beats,
Yeah.
with between the singing, the flow, and the beats, it's a mixture of all that.
Yeah.
At least I hope it is. That's my goal.
No,
I don't know.
I mean, when I first got introduced to you through social media, I think it was making it out the hood. Like I had no idea who you were, but I was like, man, like I just like this rawness. And I was like, she coming real with it, and you had a story. Like I saw the video. You were telling people what was up and what was on your mind.
Right,
So,
right.
for those that thought it was mean and funny and stuff, well, kudos for helping you get to the stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you flipped that right on. Um, and that's what I've learned about you. Like, you granny. I mean, if I
Yeah,
come
it's
up
just
here,
like,
oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead, sorry.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, like, if I ever come to your hood, like, yeah, I would definitely hang out with you because I mean, you keep it real. You've kept it real. So, yeah,
Yeah.
keep doing you.
And people ask me a lot what inspired me to write that song.
Hmm.
And I was like, getting the fuck out of the hood. Like I'm dead ass right here,
Yeah,
and my whole life purpose is I have done nothing but try. You should hear my story, but we're not going to go there. But my whole life has been nothing but trying to get out. And it's a
yeah,
trap almost, you know what I mean? No
yeah,
matter what you do. I dropped out of school in the fifth grade, but ended up in my 20s getting a GED. I went and got my associates. I went and got my bachelor's, got a 60-hour master's, and I
yeah.
still don't make no money, and I'm still right here. Like, what the fuck? And it ain't from a lack of trying.
No,
You know what
no.
I mean? So shit is real is all I'm saying. But
I,
that was the inspiration of that song, just trying to get out.
and I really think it's going to be the start of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, they better come on because I done lived more than half my life so far. I ain't got a whole lot of time left. Let's
Oh,
make some moves.
it's on its way.
Up to the sky and whoever's up there, bring it on.
Come on, Big Jesus.
Right.
Well, no.
Name an artist you'd want to work with.
Ooh.
So if you could produce
Miss
a beat and give it to one person, who would you want that person to be?
oh, Missy Elliott.
Would you really?
Oh man, that would be a dream come true. Like if she just
Wow.
came out with the, she may have came out with a new album. Hopefully, I didn't miss it. But she's been trying to like get back into things. She's touring and stuff like that. So if Missy was to see this, holla at your boy. I grew up on her, and so that would just be like one of my personal
Wow.
dream come trues. Maybe Busta Rhymes. Um, I mean, he's just an OG Nas, but I would put
Mhm.
Missy number one.
Okay.
Oh, Andre 3000.
Okay.
That boy is just a
He's
lyrical
yeah.
genius.
He's not. He's not the typical person people would go to either. To say that. I mean, some people would obviously, but in general, he wouldn't be because he's so different.
He, but I'm different. I'm the goofy, like nerdy type. I'm not like I don't want to stereotype, but like a gang banger, street tough. Like, I'm a basketball playing nerd, literally. Um, so I peep Andre 3K's vibe. He's out there playing that flute. That's a little tough for
Right.
me, but like you can play that flute, bro. Like go and do
that's,
your thing.
that's right.
Yeah, he just seems like he would be one of those guys you could just chill with. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put your front up and act a certain way. Like I can be my goofy self in front of Andre, and he's gonna go in that booth and write some crazy story,
Hmm.
and people are gonna rock with it. That's that's what he was really good at, or really is good at. He tells a story, and he
Yeah.
tells it very well, and it kind of like captivates you. So, shout out to Andre 3K.
All right, Missy and Andre. He's looking for y'all.
Like for real. Who would you
Um.
work with though?
Uh. So I've said my my remix for making it out the hood, and she already knows this. Do you know Scarlett is
Do not, but I will look her up.
Scarlett? One word. She's a young, new. She was recently signed, I guess, last year. Um, I really wanted her on the remix, and what linked me to her was she talked about being in foster care,
Mm,
and I was in foster care, so that was for me a connection. And
yeah,
then when I saw her style, her first hit is called "No Statements." That song is a banger, and so she talked about foster care, and then she talked. Her rap isn't like the typical female rap, like sex stuff.
yeah,
She wasn't trying to be sexy and
yeah.
show body parts and stuff. She was being tomboyish, which I
Hmm.
consider myself kind of tomboyish. Um, and my lyrics aren't in a sexual manner either. So that was another connection for her. And she from the streets like I'm from the streets. So I just really felt like she would have killed the remix of Making It Out the Hood.
Yeah.
And we talked about it, and I personally think that the label got in the way of it because I
Yeah.
think she was going to do it.
Yeah.
So
So, are you trying to get signed, or are you going to stay on the indie side? Like, what's your
I,
vibe?
I mean, if they sign me, I'll sign the paper. It got to be right,
Yeah.
because I have to work.
Hmm.
So if you're going to sign me, that means you want some dedication. So I
Mm,
need to quit work. So I need
mm,
to make sure I have a house and it's paid for so I don't have to worry about mortgage payments and stuff that I can focus on the music. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. So if they can sign me and give me the right amount of money that's going to allow me to quit work and focus on the music more,
yeah.
I'm all about it. It's just got to be right. So
Uh,
I'm thinking, a first year contract at 2 mil, walk away with 2 mil, not after taxes. I mean, after taxes. That's what I walk away with.
She said, "Put
So
it in the net, not gross." So
yeah,
I
right.
love that.
Because that yeah, I need. And I'm not like I tell everybody. I'm not a 20-year-old rapper living at my mama house or with my
Mm.
girlfriend or whatever. I'm dead ass out here with car notes and bills and shit. And
Yo,
we
no,
got to think about that if you're going to sign me. I'm not
oh,
kidding.
yeah, yeah. California is expensive. Like, believe the hype.
Yeah. Yes.
um,
I was
so
supposed to come out there to see Bobby, and a 3 or 4 day and the flight was $1,000. I'm like, bro, I can't fucking do it. I can't do it.
and that's
This
a
ain't gonna
deal.
happen.
Like,
Yeah, I can't do it.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I feel that vibe. And so for me, just connecting with you, like my goal would be to, I guess, like maybe A&R. Like I'm just gonna push you to people who know people. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's something that I always like to do is, um, if I can help bless other people, like I really don't want to be the the face of anything. I want to be that guy behind the scenes that says, hey, I can help you get from A to Z. You can use my beat, or I can at least point you towards somebody who can help. So I'm actually gonna make that one of my missions. My cousin, praise God, is a lawyer. They're good to
Oh,
have on your team. And I got two lawyer friends, and they're actually stepping into entertainment law. So
mm.
I'm gonna throw in some of your stuff, man. That's that. Thank you for having me on. Like
Oh,
I want to bless back, so I'm gonna write that
thank you.
down. I got you. I got you.
Um, so let me ask you this about creating beats. The process is that through? Because I don't make beats, so I don't know. Is that through thought? You just like, okay, I'm gonna go make this beat, or is it like a whole feeling?
So I get my inspiration through listening through others. So something I used to do when I was a kid, I would play a track and I would turn the volume all the way down to like one, so I could barely hear the song. And then in my mind, I would remix that song, or I would come up with my own version. So something that I like to do is I can hear a track and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna add my sauce to it. I would do it, I would flip it, and I think that's my inspiration, and that's where I'm really good at. It's just hearing things. I consider it like a graffiti artist. The
Mm-hmm.
graffiti artist didn't build the wall; he put his art on the wall and made it
Mm-hmm.
different. He changed it. So, yeah, that's kind of where my motivation comes from. I love loops. I love samples. Shout out to Kanye West. He started out sampling. He was a sample god, genius.
Yeah,
That's my
I mean, Kanye is a genius. He's just weird.
crazy as hell. But
He's a
wow,
genius. He's a genius.
yeah. Um, I like him because I don't know. I think being famous is hard. Um, I mean, even you've talked about it. Like once you start getting this popularity, things just kind of switch. I don't know what it is. And getting to his level, I think everybody's going to be a little bit different. I don't know. Like now that you're gaining traction, I mean, what's changed for you? I should say.
I mean, I'm used to it now. Initially, when people would recognize me and be like, "Hey," it would most of the time they couldn't remember I was your fave granny. It would be like, "Are you the rapping granny? Are you the gangster granny?" Um, and I'd be like, "Yeah." And first, I'd be like, "No, why you say that?" 'Cause I was a little timid and shy and just didn't know really how to accept it,
Yeah.
and I just didn't know. And I mean, now I welcome it, and I'm noticed everywhere. I went to Atlanta, and when I was in the airport, people knew who I was when I was in the airport. Like people were walking up to me asking for pictures. Like so,
What?
it's very, very, very flattering. No matter where I go, if I'm around, you see the Uber. Have you seen the
Mhm.
Uber
Oh
clips?
yeah.
Like when I get passengers, it's like people are just like genuinely like, oh my God, is that you?
Yeah.
And people think, and I've had people be like, hey, I want to pay you to do one of those Uber videos. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no, because I don't, it's not act.
Yeah.
These are people I really don't know that get in my car and I'm really giving them a Uber ride. This is
Yeah.
real shit. Like, I don't know these people from nowhere. But some people thought it was all an act. Like it was people I knew and they were getting in there. I'm like, bro, I don't know these folks. No, I'm not. And I didn't want to take their money. Bad as I would have liked to have made some money off of it, I didn't want to turn it into an act.
Mm.
I wanted to be genuine,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to take the money. This is genuine shit. So this is what we're doing. I had somebody get mad at me because I refused to do it for some money. I'm not
Mm.
doing it. Like, I don't know these people. This is a genuine reaction.
Yeah.
Figure out your own niche. It just happened to work for me. Um, so I embrace it now.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm so normal with it. Like I don't act like I'm all that, and I always give out these your fave granny wristbands whenever somebody recognizes me and speaks to me. I
Uh,
usually have these in the car and I give them to people. Um, Last night when I was coming out the studio, it's a fire escape
mm.
steps.
Yeah.
And I'm scared of heights, so I always go down these steps backwards because I don't want to look down. So I'm going down the steps backwards. I know that shit be looking goofy as I don't know what, at people watching me, but I don't care. I'm
Do
scared.
you?
But dude looked over there at me. There was some people in the parking lot, and he was like, "Is that your fave granny?" So it's like I'm noticed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of obvious because I'm always in a hood area. So
Uh,
it just
I
is
have
what
a
it
question.
is. I don't know.
Do you consider yourself becoming a mentor, or I mean, because people, you get the recognition, you got the musical juice, but you also have a mission, and I think it's literally a mission. Not only you're making it out the hood, but you're showing others they can too. And it's kind of like the movement almost. Like I'm putting my work into this. I mean, do you see yourself being someone I don't know, it's gonna come like you mentored me or you were the reason why? Like, do you see yourself like that? Because you are a mentor, literally.
Um, I don't want to say this and sound stingy or greedy or nothing. I'm trying
Mm.
to make some money.
Mm.
I'm trying to get out the fucking hood before I die. That's
Yeah,
my goal in life. That's my goal in life. To
yeah.
have a house before I die. It ain't got to be a huge house. It ain't got to be. I mean, I would like a nice 3 bedroom house away from everything
Mhm.
with a pool. That's what I want.
Yeah,
That's what I started rapping for.
yeah,
Um, so I have a job. I work at an alternative high school with kids that are from, you know, lower economic statuses and grew up just the way I grew up. And
yeah,
I've been there 9 years. I have one particular student now that I'm mentoring and introduced him to his first time in the studio and just giving him some feedback or whatever, kind of still letting him do his thing because he's young, so he's into the young rap. um, but I know the potential of this particular student is there 100%. He
yeah,
can sing, he can rap, he can do all that. He's playing, learning to play instruments, he's eager. So somebody like that, I don't mind investing a little bit of time, but I honestly don't have a lot of time because I'm
yeah.
still trying to do me. I still got to pay the bills.
Mhm.
I still got to do me. I don't make a lot of money working at the school, so I got to Uber. You know what I mean? I'm out here trying to, do shows to get money. So I'm still writing music, and then I still got to pay for studio time and videos, and it's just like this shit is rough, bro. But so mentoring, sure, but I'm not out here trying to be like a show enough mentor right now because I'm still trying to do me.
Yeah,
Period. Period.
yeah. She's like, I got bills, people. Come on.
Yes. Let me get back to you. Okay, so I saw you fishing on your page. I
Yeah,
like to fish. I
yeah.
don't ever catch shit. I did catch a shark once, maybe about a 4 foot shark,
Damn.
accidentally. I couldn't keep it. The man said I couldn't keep it because it was just a baby. But I do like fishing. I just be wanting to catch shit. I want to catch stuff to eat. Like I
Yeah,
don't want to catch it, throw it back.
yeah.
So how do you like fishing?
Fishing is actually my mom's passion. And life be life, and so sometimes it gets a little stressful out here. And so I was like, it's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want music to move a little faster. I'm not feeling like too motivated, things like that. So there was a lot on my mind, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get this pole, and on my lunch break, I'm just gonna take about 15, 20 minutes. I'm just going to cast it out there, and I'm just going to use that as a therapeutic, like, me time.
Mm.
Um, I caught some hella water.
Sound like me.
You know what I'm saying? But it was good. It was. I see why my mom loves it. She's way better at it than me.
Yeah.
Um, like when I go to Texas to visit her, she actually has to take the fish off the hook for me.
You
And
don't like
so
touching it?
yeah, but it was just one of those things, man. So now I enjoy it, and so after work, and maybe even today, that's the cool part about leaving. I'm not leaving, living in San Diego is I'm 8, 10 minutes from the ocean. I don't catch crap. I don't. It's just more of something to do to just get that mental woosah in,
Yeah.
because that's important. Mental health is absolutely important. It's real, and when life gets stressful, we need something to help us release. So, shout out to moms. It really does help.
Mm. Um. Uh. Let me
And
see.
where were you when you caught a shark?
I was out. I was in the Atlantic Ocean, like on a fishing boat. Um. We don't. It doesn't go far out, and it was very coincidence. It was just a coincidence. I caught the damn shark. I caught a croaker. And
Mhm.
I just said, "Fuck it." I don't like croaker because I just don't like the fact that they sound like a frog. But and they freaked me out, like
Yeah.
for real. And I cast him right back in the ocean.
Hmm.
The one I caught, the croaker that I caught, I just used him for bait,
Yeah.
and the shark came and had him, and then I had the shark.
Yo, like most people try to catch shark on purpose, you just reel them in. Like
Yeah,
that's dope.
right. It was pretty cool experience, and it was really, really hard to reel him up. And I didn't have like a shark hook,
Hmm.
so by the time I got him up to the edge of the boat,
Hmm.
he fell off.
Ah,
I didn't get.
okay.
I got pitch. I don't know where the pictures are now, but I had pictures of it coming up. As I was reeling it in, and I was just like, "Somebody help me! Somebody help me!" And they was like, "No, you got it." And I was like, "Damn, all
What?
these men around here, they can't help me." Like shit. But I see that now when I'm watching fishing shows or whatever.
Yeah.
When people, and it could be a man or a woman reeling in a big fish, and
Mhm.
they ask for help, people are like, "No, you got it, you got it." I don't know
Yeah.
what the unsaid thing is about that, but damn it, if I'm asking for help, help.
I'm about to say you got to fight with them fish, and
Yes, they're heavy too.
oh my
Um,
goodness, yeah. Um, because they have tours out here where guys, they do that. Like they pay people, they go out in the Pacific
mhm,
Ocean, and they catch that crazy stuff, but with the fins, and
right.
I don't even know what breed or what type of fish it is, but they be crazy looking. Um, but that's what they do. They'll throw the reel out there and they get the fish tired. And I'm
Yeah,
sitting there looking at videos of this. I'm like, I would have passed out trying to fight this dang fish to get it
yeah,
out the water. So kudos for you.
yeah. It's pretty cool to go fishing. And I caught the boat in Atlantic Ocean in Virginia Beach. They have
Mhm.
like a 4 hour trip, which is usually what I take. That's $50. And
Yeah.
then they have like a 6 or 8 hour trip. I think that was $100, but it goes deeper out. That's why it's longer. And
Mm.
that's when you catch the bigger fish.
Yeah.
And I did that one once, but when I tell you I threw up the whole time,
Oh, it was too
the
bullshit.
whole time, man. And I
Yeah,
was like, okay, so this ocean stuff, it ain't for me.
yeah,
I do the 4 hour trip. I'm good. But
yeah,
that was the worst feeling ever. Seasick is bad, bro.
yeah, yeah,
But the water was rough, and so
yeah.
um can you tell the people where they can find any beats that you have or how
Oh,
they can reach you?
absolutely. SoundCloud, produced by Dr. J. I have a lot of beats and instrumentals there. Produced by Dr. J. Apple, Spotify. I have the vocals, the AI vocals, and I also have my instrumental beats. Um, yeah, feel free check them out. I'm easy to work with. If you there's an artist out there and you like it, bro, go for it. I just really want to be someone that helps the people, and so I'm just utilizing my talents and what I can do. And if somebody can throw some good juice on it, do it. Do it. Produced by Dr. J.
Produced by Dr. J. And your Instagram is Edgy Beats by Dr. Dre.
Yeah, yeah,
Edgy Beats. EDGYBEATS by Dr. DRJ.
yeah.
I'll put
Not a
it in
real
the
doctor.
I'll type it up and put it in the description on YouTube.
Cool, cool.
All right, and I guess that's about ends the podcast. Do you have any advice for anybody?
My advice would be stay humble, work hard, and just try to do it the right way. And try not to rush it, and yeah, just be a good person, and God will bless you, man. Like, you have your vision, it's going to happen. And when it happens, you'll look back and be like, dang, how did that happen? So, yeah, that's what I always try to preach is just be a good person. So, and you are. Um, I'll fight people over you.
Thank you.
I
I appreciate it.
absolutely would. At least throw a shoe or something. But
That's
yeah,
what I tell the kids at my school. I'll be like, you know, I fight kids, right? When they act up, because I'm actually the in school suspension teacher.
oh, yeah,
So you want to come in my class? I shouldn't have nobody in here.
yeah. Get them in line. Get them in order.
But yeah, it was nice talking to you, and we'll see each other on Instagram, and you know how to reach me and all that stuff. And produced by Dr. J. If
Yes.
y'all need any beats, if you want to hear the beats, that's how you can hear them on Apple Music, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Edgy Beats by Dr. Dre on Instagram.
Yeah, and if it takes some time to get back with you, just remember I do got a 9 to 5, so I have to respect that. So, but I try to get back to whoever reaches out. So much love.
All right, y'all. It's been real.
Peace.